Celebrity Gala remembers Caitlin Downing, as I do, distinctly. How could you forget her? I mean, she was the beautiful little girl who came to greet us and share her story of being the first ever patient in Dr. Mark Swadine's clinical trial. I do remember her dearly. She was amazingly brave and an incredible inspiration to everyone in the room that night. There's no one else here? Okay. But less than two months ago, 2 months later, Caitlin Downing had earned her wings. I remember distinctly opening that email that day because she touched not only my heart, but my daughter, Christine, who was here for this celebration. She succumbed to DIPG just as every child diagnosed with DIPG does. It was because of her and others who followed in the clinical trial that we are closer than ever to finding a cure. For her incredible strength and bravery in leading the way for future DIPG children, I am honored to invite Caitlin's mom, Denise, to the stage to accept Caitlin's Cristian Rivera Foundation Honorary Ralph Mercado Golden Wings.
2 years ago, I didn't know anything about the Cristian Rivera Foundation. I didn't know anything about DIPG. I didn't know who Dr. Mark Swadiane was, and I didn't know what kind of medicine he specialized in. What a difference a year makes. Last year, in January, my daughter was diagnosed with DIPG. Then in May, thanks to years of support from the Cristian Rivera Foundation, Dr. Mark Swadiane performed surgery on my daughter. It was the first time that surgery had ever been attempted. It was a new path in the search for a treatment for DIPG. I stood here last September after being invited to the annual Cristian Rivera Foundation Gala. I was honored to be given the opportunity to speak to many foundation supporters. I spoke about my daughter, Caitlin. She was 5 years old. She loved cheerleading and dancing. She wore pretty dresses with a smile that lit up a room. She was kind and pure and soft-spoken and loving. Caitlin came with me to the gala last year. We surprised her Dr. Mark with our attendance. Some friends came with us for support. Caitlin wore a beautiful little white dress covered in little white rosettes. She had tights and shoes to match. She wasn't interested in the fancy adult food that was served that evening. She begged for a piece of pizza. My friends quickly obliged, and while one friend hand-fed her that pizza, another carefully guarded that little white dress with a pile of napkins. When I finished speaking, Caitlin came out and walked up on stage. She smiled and she waved. She said hello. She held my face and gave me a very sweet kiss. What a difference a year makes. This year, I have again been invited to attend the Cristian Rivera Foundation Gala. I've been asked to stand before you tonight and speak. My friends came with me again this year for support. But there is no white dress. There is no pizza. And when I finish speaking, I won't be joined on stage by a 5-year-old little girl. There will be no smiles or waves or sweet kisses from my Caitlin, because there is no Caitlin. Caitlin died from progression of disease. That's big medical terminology. For aggressive and out of control growth of a nasty, ugly tumor. That tumor took my sweet girl in November. It is difficult to watch a child die. It is agonizing to watch your own child die. It's unfair and it's sad. It goes against all the natural order of life, and it's just not right. One more. Losing a child to DIPG has to end. It has to stop. In my heart, I know the man and the procedure capable of accomplishing the task. Caitlin died, but I still believe in Dr. Mark Swaydan with all my heart. He isn't able to do his work without funding. My family will forever be grateful for the opportunity the Cristian Rivera Foundation allowed our daughter at a chance to fight against DIPG. We have to keep going. We have to find a treatment. We have to find a cure. So one day, hopefully soon, parents will hear the words, "Your child has DIPG, but we know how to treat that." Then parents can live without ever knowing the agony of watching their child die from a horrible life-stealing tumor. Thank you for being here tonight and supporting the Cristian Rivera Foundation and the mission it's built on. Please don't let this end tonight at 11 o'clock when this gala ends. Please go home, go to work, go to school, and keep talking about it. Keep telling people about this disease and how desperately funding is needed to bring an end to a cancer that has seen little to no progress in more than 40 years and has been allowed to kill every child that has ever been correctly diagnosed with it. Keep telling people about the Cristian Rivera Foundation and the fight to support research and Caitlin's Dr. Mark. And together, with everyone's effort, maybe this next year will make a difference. Thanks.